We are all so unbelievably hyped for the new 1.17 Caves and Cliffs update Warden. Trust me everyone, I feel your pain when it was delayed, trust me. And not too long ago you might have actually noticed that I did a video here on the channel talking about some new confirmed interconnected gameplay mechanics that was actually revealed to us by the Minecraft developers. But in this video I'm going to be going into depth about this, and I'm going to be talking about the huge new Warden secret features. I'm not only going to be talking about what we know so far in context with the new delay for the update and the Warden itself, but I'm also going to be speculating a little bit as to what this could be and when we can actually expect to see the Warden, because some people at this point are expecting 2022. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, everyone be sure you drop it a like and subscribe if you're new around here for daily Minecraft content. But without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. So let's begin with what we know so far. It was actually revealed by King B Dogs over on Twitter that the Warden and the Deep Dark will have some interconnected gameplay mechanics or interconnected gameplay features, however you prefer to say it. Now, this was actually revealed as a result of the delay for the Warden and the Deep Dark. We've covered this quite a few times, and even yesterday I talked about it with some new information. And as to what we know right now, the Warden and its biome the Deep Dark have both been delayed. And now the realization a lot of us have made and that have come to is that this is because the Warden and the Deep Dark have some very big secret features that Mojang have not actually told us. Of course it got revealed that the interconnected gameplay mechanics, but the most interesting part is how it has been delayed. All of this has been delayed, but then King B Dogs comes out and says there's still no clear-cut release schedule, there's no timeline yet, so we really do not know if this is even going to be coming in 1.18 at the end of the year. So one thing is for certain, this secret feature, these secret interconnected gameplay mechanics are huge. Although we do not know what they are at the moment, they're definitely something we need to keep an eye out for. I think if the Warden and the Deep Dark, its biome, have been pushed back from coming in summer all the way to the end of the year or beyond that into 2022, whatever these secret features are have probably most likely been thought of quite late into the development cycle or the planning phase, and that this is something that Mojang really want to take their time to work on. Now let's speculate a little bit. What could these secret features be? If you want to make a prediction, go down below in the comments right now and let me know what you think it could be. But I've been researching about this, I've been watching the gameplay over and over and over again and thinking, how can the Warden and the Deep Dark be interconnected? How can this work? Now you might know there's a little known thing in the 1.17 Caves and Cliffs update known as Skulk Sensors, and the interesting thing about this, everyone, is that Skulk Sensors have also been delayed. They was actually released in a snapshot a very long time ago, months ago now, probably at the very beginning of the year, everyone, but we did actually get to look at these Skulk Sensors, play around with them, test them out and see how they work. But the interesting thing is that they've been pulled out of the game now, and the only way you can access them is with commands. Now, why has this happened? I believe that it is something to do between the Skulk Sensors and the Warden. Let me explain. So we all know by now, just in case you do not know, I'll give you a quick refresher, but the Warden is basically a mob in the game that cannot see, but it is guided by vibrations. So if it hears a few footsteps or an egg or an arrow or any kind of projectile hit the ground, it will actually pick up that vibration. It'll go straight to its ear and then it will walk towards it. It's basically a bit like a blind mob that cannot see, but it has extremely strong senses so that it can still find its way to you in this very dark and creepy biome. And this is definitely very interesting, but the Skulk Sensor, which we were just talking about, is very similar in the way that this actually is the same as the Warden, and it also goes off the vibrations. I believe that in some way, shape or form the Warden and the Skulk Sensors will be connected, because even if you just look at them, the art style, they look very similar, almost like the Skulk Sensor is an organic living life form that is kind of using the energy off the Warden to survive in this creepy biome. They all look like the same kind of species or like mob or something. They all look similar in some way, and this has made a lot of people speculate that they're all from like the same dimension. Everyone, be sure to drop a like on this video if you want a 1.19 Warden dimension to be added to Minecraft. But if I had to speculate right now, everyone, I would say that the Warden will actually use the vibration from the Skulk Sensors, because obviously the Warden can only be in one place at one time. So let's say you drop down into the deep dark, you're walking around and all of a sudden you see a Skulk Sensor, but there's no Warden in sight. How cool would it be if the Warden actually uses the Skulk Sensors a bit like kind of telephone poles or communication devices? So the Warden will actually pick up the vibrations from the Skulk Sensors which go to it, where then it can follow the trail of Skulk Sensors. Imagine if you walk, the Skulk Sensor picks up your vibration, it picks it up, it pings it to another Skulk Sensor, then another one, then another one, then another one. It's a bit like a trail, and then it leads to the Warden, who then follows the trail, and it's just a matter of time before you've got the Warden on your back. I think that would be incredibly cool, but hey everyone, that's just speculation. This is not confirmed, but let me know if you would like to see this in the game. I just think that's a really cool idea, and in my opinion it's the most likely, and this would fit with what King B Dog said about interdependent gameplay features. They would rely on each other. The Skulk Sensors would rely on the Warden to hunt down the player, the Warden would rely on the Skulk Sensors to hunt down the player. I think what else it could be, and this is a bit more of a boring answer, and it could just be to do with like the Warden and how it interacts with like the candles or the torches that are placed down, because as we saw in the gameplay, as the Warden approached, it will make the lights flicker and dim out. So maybe that's what they mean by interconnected gameplay features. But if that is the case, that is still absolutely awesome. We've never really got anything like that in Minecraft, where a mob can interact with the environment like that. I think it's really cool. It's a bit like a horror game, which King B Dogs talked about, wanting to make the Warden as creepy as possible. It'd just be awesome to be exploring the caves and then just see the lights flicker on and off, and you know that the Warden is about to make an entrance, which is just really awesome to think about. But that is it for this video, everyone. We not only speculated about these interconnected gameplay mechanics and these huge Warden features, but we also talked about the delay and what that could mean for the Warden. I believe that this delay is only going to be good for this, because it means that Mojang can make it as good as possible and not rush it out like other developers may have. But how do you feel about there not being no clear release window, so that the Warden in theory could release in like a year or two? That's just insane to think about. I know some people are getting very concerned that we might not see any of the big features this year. There's honestly a huge group of people that think that part 2, 1.18, will be released next summer, but we cannot assume anything at the moment, everyone. All we're doing is speculating. But if you do want actual news and information related to Minecraft and all of its amazing updates, be sure you subscribe here on the channel with that notification bell on, so that you get notified every single time I upload, everyone. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching and goodbye.